Hello everybody, it's Virtual Truck Driver Daily Time. Clap, 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 clap. How are we all doing today, guys? Or welcome back to another episode. We are proudly supported and sponsored by ProMods. If you want an enhanced map mod experience in ETS2, then ProMods is the map mod for you, as well as DDS haulage, the British haulage packs for ETS2, and Matthew Stone's international contracting. How are we all doing today, guys? We are in the Russian Federation. That's right, we've entered into Russia now, which is cool because I like this. I like this bit of Russia, so it's cool. Yeah, I totally forgot about the cab shaking. I just want to start off by saying that I am telling the complete and honest truth to you in this episode today and in the upcoming episodes. So, and let me stick my post-it note on my wheel. On the second screen I have the information related to today's topic. And today's topic of my illnesses we're talking about are, if the post-it note will stick there so I can read it, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. I'm not an alcoholic, by the way, guys. I only drink at Christmas and on my birthday, so I need to get that out there now. So, what is non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, or N.A.S.H as it's called? Well, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis is a syndrome that develops in patients, and I'm reading this off the second screen, by the way, so don't think I remember this all, because it's physically impossible for me to remember. So, it is a syndrome that can develop in patients who are not alcoholic. It causes liver damage which historically indistinguishable from alcoholic hepatitis, so somebody who's an alcoholic basically. It develops most often in patients which are at least one of the following risk factors: obesity, which is what I was at the time of diagnosis. I'll admit that now. I'm on the lower end of the obese scale now, but it takes time to work, you know, weight off. As you know, I've been open and honest with my weight throughout the whole everything. When I was officially diagnosed, I was 172.8 kilos in weight. Don't ask me what that is in stones, because I ain't got a clue. Like I said the other day, I work in kilograms and kilometers. Thankfully, some peace. So I will be driving a bit slow because I'm reading off the second screen and trying to drive at the same time. This is fun. Where was I? Oh yeah, I know where I was. Just go around the corner. Also, actually, dysphonia, I don't even know what that is, and glucose intolerance. I am being investigated for that currently because, thank you Mr. Police Car, much appreciated. Because when I drink Lucozade, I feel the best I've felt in ages, and then when the Lucozade and the glucose in the Lucozade starts to wear off, boom. Where was it? After the brackets bit. Pathognosis, I don't even know what that means, so don't ask me. Is poorly understood, but it seems it's linked to insulin resistance in obesity or metabolic syndrome. Most patients are asymptomatic. Laboratory findings include elevations of amniophresis level. A biopsy is required to confirm the diagnosis. The treatment includes elimination of causes and risk factors. I had a liver biopsy in 2010. I was officially diagnosed with non-alcoholic steatohepatitis when I was 16 or 18, I can't remember right now. I think that's 18. Actually, I don't have to do the marker on it. I think I've written down the wrong age. 2012 take away 1994. 18, I was 18. I thought that's what it said. And I had the liver biopsy in 2010 and officially diagnosed in 2012. I was actually diagnosed about 3 weeks after my mum passed in 2012. Obviously, so they did the liver biopsy, they analysed it all. Unfortunately, in my liver biopsy, the first attempt went wrong. You get given a local anaesthetic, right? So they poke the big needle with the local anaesthetic. They'll poke it. There's 3 needles. So they poke number 1 slightly under the skin, but in front of the liver. And then the second one, they'll go through that bit and go towards the middle of the liver. And then the third one actually goes all the way into the liver and freezes the thing completely, so you don't feel no pain. Unfortunately, the first attempt the doctor missed with the second injection and put it in the bottom of my lung. And just before he put the third one up, I'm like, I can't breathe. So I'm hitting him. I've had to obviously put my right arm, which is difficult for me with my shoulder. I've had to put my right arm behind my head so they have free access to the liver. So that was painful as it was, and I moved my arm, and he's like, "Why are you moving?" He goes, I can't breathe properly. It hurts to breathe." And he's like, so he sorted that out. We waited for the local anaesthetic to wear off fully. It was about 22, 23 hours, something like that. And we tried again. We got it on the second attempt. Yeah, let me have a drink. So we got it. They did all the lab work that they got to do on it. On it being the sample on my liver. It was weird because he let me look at it, and it was weird. Because I was expecting it to be all red, and it wasn't. It was white. So that was eerie. But for me, it was more the obese than the glucose issue. So, excuse me. So, what happened was they came to me and they said, "Look, James, you've got this." And I said, "But I'm not an alcoholic." And he was like, "Yeah, we know. We're not calling you alcoholic." And then they was actually like, "Well, when do you drink?" And I said, "Oh, I drink, from Christmas to my birthday." And he was like, "It's definitely not alcohol." And I said, "No, I don't hardly drink alcohol." And they was like, "Oh, okay. Well, you've got this anyway. Obviously, you need to work on your weight." And I said, "Yeah, right, that's fine. I'll start doing that." Because I didn't take it seriously till then. This whole weight loss shit, frankly, bollocks. Gotta use bollocks. So, that's when I started working on my weight properly. Trying to reduce it. And it started to subside, so they went back in, did more tests. About 7-8 weeks ago, I went in for a sound wave sonogram. Basically, it's like they do with pregnant women, but they change the they change the bit that actually touches you, and it thumps you in your liver quite hard. And if there aren't any sound waves that come back, it means your liver's okay. Because the softer your liver is, the better. The harder, the more of an issue it is. So they jabbed me 10 times of being jabbed 10 times per time. And it came back saying that my actual liver is getting better. And that is because I'm flushing my liver every day with vitamin D. I'm taking vitamin D supplements. I take 800 international units of that a day. I've been doing that since 2012. So I've been doing it for getting on 6 years. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, yeah, 6 years. And it's getting better. It's just, it's a slow process. Don't get me wrong. And I have to be super committed to it, which I am. So, it's something you've got to do. But they're looking at potentially me having Hep B. because of it. What's deemed bad blood. Obviously, if the liver and the kidneys flushed, they flushed the blood to get rid of all the nasty bits out of it. And my liver's not doing that properly, obviously, because it's damaged. So it's just sending the bad bits round again. So they are having a look. I'm waiting to hear back actually from them. I should actually hear back within the next couple of weeks. So I'll have an appointment soon to probably go pop up back to Derby and talk to him up there. So, it is difficult because if your liver gets banged, it's painful. Your liver can spasm, it's painful. I've had a spasm so bad, a couple of times actually. I'm not going to say once, but it's a couple of times. I've had a couple of spasms that literally, you can't breathe in or out because it just hurts that much. And it feels like somebody is just constantly whacking you in the side with a baseball bat. And yes, I do know how that feels without the bad liver, so it's a fair comparison. It is difficult to live with these issues, but they're of my own doing, because I was the one that kept eating and didn't go out. Yeah, I had the legal stuff that meant I was pretty much under house arrest and on curfew and all that anyway, but I took to comfort eating through that. Obviously, without being able to exercise, I was just piling on the pounds, as they say. So, it's of my own doing. This is why I'm working really hard to fix it. I got a cube behind me. Wow, I've got a cube behind me. I feel so special. So, like I said, it is my own doing. This is why I'm working really hard to to fix it, for want of a better term. It just takes time, guys. It takes you minutes to put on weight, but it takes you hours to get rid of it. Oh, smoke. I'm not going to drive flat out here because there's a lot of smoke. Somebody's had a bad day. Somebody's had a really bad day. Whoa, somebody's flipped. What? But yeah, like I said, it takes minutes to put on weight. It takes years to get rid of it. And I am doing that slowly. Like I said the other day, I was up at the very sharp end of wearing 6XL clothes. I'm actually wearing one of my new 2XL shirts. So I'm going the right way, but people get disheartened with weight loss and they give up after a year because it's not happening. But it takes time for your body to process the fat, get rid of it, and for you to put muscle on. So if you want to lose 10 kilos, you're gonna have to probably do it for over 3 years or so. Whereas for me, I'm losing as much as possible. But we've calculated my safe weight to be about 100 to 110 kilos. So I only really need to lose 15, 16 more kilos. So that's 16 bags of sugar. But you've got to keep going. There's days where I don't want to. I'm finding it difficult to get out of bed at the minute in the mornings to do my paper round. Because my paper round takes me 40 minutes, but that's solid walking. That's no getting in the car and driving, all that. I can't drive anyway, so getting my dad to drive me. It's actually being on my feet for just over 40 minutes, and that's helped. I've been doing my paper round for the last 7 years. Trying really, really hard to get rid of it. Not my paper around the weight, I mean. So it's like I say, people get disheartened too quickly, and that's not the way it should be. That's not the case neither. But I can see why that happens. But at the same time, if I can stick it, anybody else can stick it. Because quite frankly, I ate it with a passion. Like, you all have no idea how much I exercise, really do. But it also helps doing this because I'm moving my feet with the pedals. That helps also. But like I said, just don't get disheartened, guys. Just keep going. It might one day you might wake up and feel like you're 50 stone, and the next day you'll wake up thinking you're about 10. You know, just remember the positivity that you feel after waking up and feeling like 10 stone, and use that to get to that weight. That's what I do. I have to reprogram myself for all that anger and all the comments I get in the street. You know, I funnel all that in. I remember it, store it in a bank, and then when I need to use aggression, I'll let my racing do the talking. I'll leave every part of my, upset, anger, hurt, I'll leave it all out on the racetrack. Like, for me, that's a coping mechanism. Some other people go and get absolutely pissed out their head down the pub. You know what I mean? It's a bit ironic, really, with what I'm talking about, but some people do that, and again, I can see why. Because weight loss is disheartening. But you know, 3 years ago they talked about putting a gastric band, or the fat band as I called it, putting the fat band on me. You know, I'm alright with doctors taking stuff out of me, but putting stuff in, I wasn't comfortable and I didn't want to do it. I wanted to do it by myself. I didn't want to cheat by using a fat band, gastric band, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care, you know. But was no but really. It's the truth. I wanted to lose the weight on my own and not with the aid of surgery. So I hate surgery. I absolutely hate it. I hate that feeling, especially when you've been told to keep the wound clean, but you know that you've got eczema, so you'll get infected and you'll be back in 3 days anyway. So, it is what it is. We're actually here, which is perfect because I've run out of things to say about it. So yeah, that's one of the diagnosis done. A couple more to go. So I hope you understand a little bit more about the non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. You know, it really does mean a lot to me, and I just hope you understand a little bit more now. But yeah, thank you to everybody for watching today's episode of Virtual Truck Driver Daily. I hope you all are okay today and enjoying your day so far, wherever you're watching in the world. So, good evening, happy morning, good morning, you know, have a good dinner, tea, lunch, whatever. But yeah guys, thank you for watching today. It really does mean a lot to me, and you're still listening to me babble on about things. Yeah, what's going on? So, thank you to everybody for watching, and I hope to see you all again as soon. I think I'm leaving this trailer here. I need to ring DDS in a minute. So, again guys, thank you to everybody for watching, and just remember, your next episode of Virtual Truck Driver Daily is only a day away. Thank you guys, take care, and adios.